Okay, so we are live.
Hey, everybody.
Yep, just waiting for it to kick over and show that it's actually gone live. Got a few people in here.
Okay,
There it is. Didn't work. There it goes. Okay, go back up to the top.
All right.
Let's see. Eric Smith, happy Thursday from Pensacola.
Hello, hello.
There's Diane.
Hello from Ohio.
Ohio. Oh, look, it's Neil. It's Carolyn Lancaster.
Mississippi.
Ed Kirkpatrick. Georgia Swamps. Guessing y'all are getting some of the rain we had.
Yeah.
There's one Scott. Hello from Southeast Missouri. Jacob Jones is here.
And
Connie Shea.
say hi to Izzy and Abby.
Hi, Connie. Hi, Connie.
Jacob Jones. Guess no Eddie video today. It's not midnight yet, so if I had to guess, I'm guessing there will be one, but it may just be a little late.
Yep. Yep, Connie, that's right.
There's 3B Homestead.
Hello.
Oh, there's Peggy.
Hi, Peggy. Hello.
5x5. There's Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
And Lenny.
Hello.
Momo.
You act like you haven't seen her all day. You literally left her house at 5:15.
Oh, Neil says, yay, Abby and a smile therapy time.
She's a little extra wound up tonight.
I'm going to make a business like that.
You're going to make a business?
Yeah.
Smile therapy business?
Yeah.
You're silly.
Oh, Aussie Cool says, good day.
Hi.
Lindley says, hey.
I'm putting tinsel in her hair. Cute.
I want you to come to my house.
Jacob says, did you enjoy your vacation last week?
Miss Toby, though.
You missed Toby.
I always miss
Toby the duck.
my baby.
Yep. Oh, there's Granddad.
Granddad. Yeah.
Just taking my headphones off after listening to Luca's new CD for much of the day.
Oh, glad you finally got it in. Yeah, so you have fun at the meetup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all did a lot of playing. There was a lot of kids there.
And a load of dogs to pet.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, and the
Oh,
dogs.
there was a lot of dogs there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aussie Cool says, how is Blizzard doing?
Fluffy, looks like a white polar bear, and very energetic.
Yeah,
Yep.
he is.
He is very energetic.
He's so sweet, though.
I know. It's his puppy eyes are so cute.
His puppy eyes.
One time he started to chase his tail.
Oh.
I know. It's funny.
Oh, there's Susan Barber.
Hello.
I said they'll try to come see you sometime soon.
Yeah.
And you.
Justin and I started talking about it the other day. And Peggy said, has the weather been treating y'all well lately?
It's not been bad. It's been rainy.
Yeah.
But no storms, anything like that.
Nice try.
Yeah, mostly just rain, which I think we're supposed to have rain for the next few days too. So
They removed tomorrow and Saturday's chances, or dropped them down to basically nothing. So.
Oh, good. So maybe we can get something done.
Yeah.
Because here lately it's been raining all the time.
Yeah.
But
anytime we're off anyway.
Yeah, it's not been a lot of rain necessarily, just enough to make it where you can't do anything.
Yep. Counting down till summer break.
They're actually on summer break now.
Yep, they are done with school for
They
the.
finished up school week before last.
Uh-huh.
Yep, they finished up the week before last, so they're free until probably July-ish.
Yeah.
How long is the auction?
Huh?
What?
No, you're not taking the duck to the auction.
I'll let him run around the hotel room.
Not unless you're selling
No.
Abby, we're only going to take him if we sell him.
it. Yes, we're not taking him.
No.
There's Faye.
Hi, Faye.
Neil said his mom sent me another one, guaranteed next day before 1 p.m. First one never showed up. They probably have it playing as BG music at the post office. Background music.
Yeah, I saw where you said that she had sent one that was guaranteed, but I didn't know if you'd got it for sure yet, because just because it's a guarantee is not always a guarantee.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Gail.
Hey, friends, there are those hardworking, beautiful little girls.
Yep.
They are that.
There's Christina, Circles and Stables.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? We're doing well.
The only horses I
There's
ride.
Lenny.
Do it.
The only horse I ride is this little tiny stubborn mini.
Oh.
Lenny said, Blizzard is a great pup. I love the way y'all are raising him. He gets lots of love and attention from all of y'all.
Yep. Did you?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we were actually talking to Brandon and Stephanie that, well, I guess mostly Stephanie.
I was
Brandon was busy.
talking to Stephanie.
Kimberly was talking to Stephanie that night. We was making sure they were all good.
Lindley has a dance recital Saturday morning. That's what Mom was telling me. That's awesome.
That'd be neat.
You'll need to record that. Kevin, you pronounce Shay right. When someone calls and asks for Mrs. She, say no one named She lives here. That's funny.
Yeah, that's how you can always tell it's telemarketers with us too, because they never get our name right. Which a lot of other people don't either. But
that doesn't make
true. But there's Melinda.
Hey, all three beautiful girls. Oh yeah, and Kevin too. Oh, that's funny. Enjoyed seeing the girls planting potatoes. Any potatoes up yet?
Actually, there are.
Yes.
Yeah, we went through yesterday.
We drove through last night.
And about that tall right now. So they've started coming up, and it looks like a pretty solid row. So I think they're all going to do pretty well. I wasn't sure with the rain and stuff, but I guess the warm weather, they're doing good. So now we just got to let them grow. Yep. Oh, there's Brandon.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing tonight?
Yeah, Brandon. They were asking earlier if y'all were having a video today because it's late and it's still not there. I told them don't give up hope yet because it's not midnight, so I figure it will be there.
Carolyn, we can't wait to see you all harvest all those potatoes.
Yes, I can't wait to eat all those potatoes.
Neil said, guaranteed one is trackable. I was following his location all night.
That's pretty neat. We used to be able to the UPS. We used to be able to track UPS, and then for some reason here lately we've not been able to. Like you could actually see where the truck was going. So if you ever needed to try to catch him early, you could try to cut him off somewhere and catch him.
How was your day on the farm, pretty girls? Yeah, they were with grandparents for part of the day. But then when they got home, they started to work on chores.
Yep. Izzy, you getting sleepy?
You're getting quiet all of a sudden. We have a question on greenhouse material. Kevin, my sister's taken over.
Mrs. Frey's old room, and the frame is still there, but all the glass is gone.
Plastic or poly sheets?
Plastic is probably, I mean, it's definitely cheaper, but the poly sheets, if you get the right ones, I mean, they're guaranteed to last like, I don't know, either 10 or 20 years. So if the money's there to invest in, I would go poly sheets for sure, as long as you get the ones that are actually greenhouse ones, because they made some other ones that I used on the doors of some, and they like deteriorate after a couple of years. So as long as you get the good stuff, it should last for years. And if you can get the ones that are corrugated that have the air in between the two layers, then they'll insulate a little better too. But as much sun as that gets where it's at, then it may not matter.
The art center. That's good. That's better than some other places for sure.
Eric, I guess he said, "Hey everyone."
The girls did a great job planting potatoes, so we have more rain coming in tonight. We're hoping it doesn't flood anymore, or our potatoes may not make it, along with the rest of the garden. It's so muddy.
Yeah, y'all have been getting hit with a ton of rain, a lot more than us. Because like, so we've had some, but it's not just been like overwhelming. Now there was a couple times that we got like a bunch at once, but like the last few little showers have not been that bad. So that's what I was worried about. Where we planted our potatoes is kind of on a upper hillside, and so it stays drained pretty good. So whenever I saw them that the plants were up, I was thrilled with that, because I was worried that ours would end up rotting out if it kept getting wet.
Eric hopes Brandon's getting enough rest. For some reason, his account's having issues. YouTube sent notifications. I don't know what time that's going to let me upload it.
Goodness. Good.
Oh, we've been trying to upload it since 2 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Gracious. Hopefully that'll get resolved quickly, because that's not fun.
Yeah. So, well, I'll message what I was thinking. Let's see.
Candy said, "Hey, Kevin, Kimberly, Abby, and Izzy just came in from mowing the yard. Now it's time to sit down and watch one of my favorite families."
Yeah, that's one thing we've got to try to get done the next couple of days is mowing. Because it was last week that we mowed, wasn't it? Yeah, and with all this rain and the warm temperatures, it shot right back up. Which I mowed some the other day, and then it was really wet whenever I did, so I was having to go over it twice to get it.
Oh, and that part out there.
Yeah. Well, that out there and then out by the little greenhouse too.
We were at Momo's with her,
Yeah. And so it's fairly dry out there now. I mean, it's damp, but not as wet as what it was. So I think over the next few days I should be able to get it mowed.
Daniel Armstead put one up today. Brandon was guest starring.
Yep.
Neil said, "I don't like UPS. I don't trust any company that calls themselves Oops."
Let's see.
How are all the animals on the farm?
How are all the animals?
Is that all you're gonna do? You're getting tired.
Yeah. Somebody had a little run-in with a rooster earlier, but
Yeah. He scared her and made her fall and hit her head and
dropped the eggs.
Yeah.
And she jumped over the fence.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
I know.
Oh, another thing, our American breast chickens finally started laying today.
Yeah.
I was about to give up on them.
2 eggs.
Because they should have laid about a month ago, according to what it said online. Because it said they are supposed to lay earlier than others, but it didn't happen with them, just on normal time. What?
I put that on the video from yesterday, babe.
What?
Baby?
Oh,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah.
No.
Oh.
She said, I don't know what she was saying, but it wasn't that. She asked that earlier.
Oh.
You can go ahead and tell them.
They're cute.
Okay.
They
stop.
can't.
They don't even know what you're talking about.
The pigs.
Baby pigs.
Huh.
Yep. Yep. Betty's got 8 baby pigs.
They're going all around the pen now.
I think it was 5 boys and 3 girls.
Oh,
So whenever I fed yesterday, the day before yesterday,
Mhm.
whenever I fed,
I
I
know
went
it
out
looked like
there
there
and
was a
looked.
bunch of boys.
But
Did
yeah,
you get to hold them? They were like this close to
Mhm.
me.
you weren't here, but I picked up a couple.
Melinda said, "Me too, Izzy." About being sleepy.
Yep.
Jessica said she'll be dressed as Snow White. Oh, how cute.
Very cute.
Eric said we can still get EPS here when they get close to the area. The rest of them forget it.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Cody.
Lenny said, I love y'all's planting video. Your girls did a great job helping your dad.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when we started if they were going to make it to the end, but they made a game of it and they made it, so I was surprised.
Mhm.
Like I said, sometimes they'll make it to the end of the job, sometimes not, but
Might tire out beforehand.
they were having a good time, so
Mhm.
made it through.
Yep.
Crazy Life Homestead. Hello, gang from Franklin, Kentucky.
Hello, hello.
Welcome.
Susan said, I won't be on long. I have to go look after a friend's son when she goes and plays baseball.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here for as long as you can stay. I don't know.
Neil said to watch it whenever it gets there. Yep.
Oh, look who's there. Mimi.
There's Mimi.
Hi, Mimi.
Hey, calm down.
Beverly's praying in North Carolina.
Thank you. Had over 10 inches. Our gauge overflowed one night.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness gracious.
That's a lot. Needs to slow down and save some for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob said they're supposed to get rain
This weekend.
this weekend.
5 inches Saturday when all the storms came through, and then since then we've gotten more.
That's a lot, though.
Mm-hmm. Abby, you should put that rooster in timeout.
Yep, he's been putting time out.
Yep.
Take a squirt gun to the rooster. Might make him mad and really get after you.
That's what Abby's got a secret when you were whispering.
Yep.
Hope you told the rooster who's boss.
Oh, the pigs are cute too.
Yeah. Baby sausages. Yep.
No. Never.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They're not pets.
They are. Hocus.
Well,
He's a big baby.
just because Abby, we need one of those baby pigs.
Okay. The medium-sized one.
Eric said your seeds are doing well here. The watermelon are coming along especially nice.
Good.
Watermelon. Mm.
Melinda said they're bacon bits.
That's great.
No.
Face says
They sure did, naming each potato too. And yeah,
Every potato has a name.
and that wasn't even all of it. 'cause
no, we cut out a bunch of that because
otherwise it'd have been like an hour-long video.
it was long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Satin.
So that was so cute.
Oh.
Have you named all the baby piglets yet?
No.
No, because these will we'll end up selling these for sure. The medium size, the other ones we were going to, but then we had a couple people ask about like raising them out so that they could buy them at butcher size. So we're probably gonna hold off on selling those that we have left of those until they get bigger, and then see how that goes, and try to market them that way as meat more so than just
What can we keep
pig.
on?
For what?
For me to love. I want it to get bigger than Hulk.
We
Just giant size teddy
I
bear.
don't know that you'll have anything bigger than Hulk.
No. Oh,
He's big.
Yeah.
So we don't have an animal.
Not a pig. He's the biggest pig we got.
Eric said sometimes the tornadoes can dump more water than a hurricane. We had 28 inches of rain in 24 hours in April 2014. Not a hurricane in the bunch. Goodness gracious.
He retracted.
Sure do love me some bacon and pork chops with applesauce, but they are really expensive, so I'll eat my beef.
Really? Here, beef is more expensive than
Anything.
pork. Because here you can get, well, like a whole boneless pork loin for, was it $1.99 a pound?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Versus beef is $4 something a pound.
Depending on the cut that you get.
Yeah.
Or the leanness of it. I watched 2 giggly girls naming potatoes. They did a good job and made it to the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I was proud they made it. I wasn't sure for a while, but once we made it halfway and they kept going, I figured we might.
You ready for bed?
No.
You sure?
Sure. Okay, about 5 more minutes. That's about all you get, okay?
Yep. There we go.
If I miss saying hi to anyone, it's because I'm busy getting my happiness smile therapy and haven't been reading the comments very much. Goofy girl.
But yeah, so last week when we had planned to change things to Thursday, the whole plan was that we were going to talk to Brandon, and so we were both going to do our lives the same night because we knew we were going to be gone for the weekend. So I talked to him. I was like, we'll do ours early at 7:30 and make sure that we're off by 9, and then you can have from 9 o'clock on.
Sit down.
She's wearing shorts.
Yeah.
But and so that was the plan, is that we would just do ours from 7:30 to 9 and let him have 9 o'clock on. That way we could both get our lives in before we left to go to Oklahoma, because our plan was to get up early on Friday and go. And then, what was it, around 3 o'clock?
Between 3 and 4.
Yeah, between 3
because
and 4.
I was at work.
Yeah, between 3 and 4, Brandon and I got to talking, and we got the bright idea that we would just pack up and go ahead and go meet up in Oklahoma, stay at a hotel, so we'd be there early on Friday morning, and we would just do a live together. And so we bumped ours back to 9 o'clock because I thought that's when we'd get there, and then bumped it back again to 9:30, and we didn't make either one of the times. Finally, after 10 o'clock, we got everything arranged, but it was a lot of fun. But that's what happened last week, so that's the reason this week I was like, 8:30, we're really going to be here this time.
I was at work panicking and like making lists and sending to Kevin for what the girls needed to pack and stuff, because I do all the packing. I didn't even have anything pulled out,
because that was
I'm
the
usually
other thing.
An early packer too.
Whenever we were working out our live times, I was like, yeah, we'll do our lives. We'll get done at 9, and that gives Kimberly time to pack while y'all are doing y'all's, and then we'll be ready to go that morning. But then whenever that happened, the girls and I hurried and got all the chores done really quick. Came in, they got showers. We started getting stuff out that we needed, and Kimberly got home, and we got on the road and got out of here pretty quick.
It was within an hour and a half of me getting or hour and a quarter of me getting home.
And so then we drove up and stayed in Muskogee, which was about 40 to 45 minutes away from where the 10 Killer meetup was. But since it was last minute, everything that was there close was already booked up. And so we decided to stay there because that was the closest place around that had a decent price on. So if everything was a little bit higher, like I said, since everything was so busy and booked up, but worked out being in Muskogee. And so did that, went to the meetup, met a lot of great people. Like I said, some of them were people that we had seen before and just had never met. And then there were some that I never even heard of that we got to meet. But everybody that we talked to there was really nice, really great, welcoming. It was a lot of great fun. We've got a few clips. I didn't do a whole lot of video on that. We've got a bad habit of just getting involved in what we're doing whenever we're gone places like that, and not videoing. So we'll see. I don't know what we have, but what little bit we have, I'll try to throw something in one of our videos here soon, so just so you can see. But let's see. So Friday
was meetup.
and then we were there pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty late at the meetup then, and so after that we had supper, went back to the hotel, got ready, and then got the next day. Saturday was even busier than Friday. There was a bunch more channels there. A lot more people. The girls found lots of kids to play with, so they had a good time too. It was out in the state park, so there weren't any playground sets or anything around, but they made their own fun with trees, sticks, rocks. Johnny Gillum had a horseshoe set. He set it up and supervised and let them play. All the kids that were there line up and play a little game of horseshoes, and they had a good time with him.
Are you tired?
Then there was a chili cook-off.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon got to be a judge on that. Try all the chili.
Yeah.
They had a lot of giveaways. For what we got, they had a kids giveaway too. The girls didn't win anything, but there was a nice girl there she was older, probably 13 or so, that won a little toy that she didn't want, so she gave it to the girls. So they had that, and then we got a grill set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember what it was. We got.
Like tongs and a spatula and stuff like that for the grill. So I was pleased with that, but it was really nice. And then as it kept getting later, we started watching the weather, and we were right in where the meetup was right in the edge of what showed was bad to not quite as bad. And so, but looking at it, Brandon was looking at when it was going to hit where they were, and so we thought, because we didn't leave as early as what we thought we were going to, and so when we finally left, we thought he was going to be driving right through the middle of it, but luckily he made it. So, and then since we were driving east, we never ran into anything. We may have had a few little sprinkles here and there, but never hit any heavy rainstorms or anything like that. And we got home, got all the animals taken care of, got stuff unpacked, and went on our way. But we're glad we went to that meetup because, like I said, we got to meet a lot of people, and it was a lot of fun. If we are able to go next year, I think it'll be better. I mean, just because now that we actually know more of the people, like, I guess, no, since we've met and talked and stuff, it'll just be easier. But like, we didn't meet anybody there that wasn't a pleasure to talk to and everything. They were super friendly.
All right, girls, I think it's time to tell them night-night.
Night-night. Good night.
Give one more big smile for Neil, and then I gotta catch up on.
All right, you catch up on comments, and I will put these guys to bed. I'll be right back.
Sweet dreams.
Hi, girlies.
Oh man, crazy kids. Okay, so I'm going to try to catch up on these, and while Kimberly is gone. Well, Nick's here sitting in the truck at the ball field. Well, hopefully y'all having some good ball games. The most expensive beef is T-bone. It's probably the same here. Which, like I said, all the steak cuts are pretty expensive. So that's why usually if you can raise your own or like buy it by the half of the whole, it ends up being a lot cheaper than just buying it by the cut. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But since we had all the pigs, we've been eating a lot of pork because I got most of it ground up into ground pork, and so we've been using it in the place of hamburger meat. Oh, yeah, French fry, mashed, boiled. Yeah, my favorite thing with fresh potatoes is getting the new potatoes, which is the little bitty ones where you can wash them and boil them whole with some butter, salt, and pepper. Delicious. I'd much rather get pork, especially for the grill. Yeah, usually we do a mixture of stuff. Like, I usually try to fill up a grill whenever we grill just because you've already got all the charcoal and everything. So like, I don't know. I had to replace our grill because the other one had gotten rusted out. But like I did hamburgers and some sausages, hot dogs and stuff, and some baked potatoes. And then we did some ribs and chicken legs. Then we did a whole chicken once too, one of the ones we processed. Brandon, I always leave early and come home early. Yes. That's the way that we are. We usually like to get there ahead of time, but whenever it's time to come home, I'm ready to get there. Yeah. Eric's talking about the girl says the mouth says no, but the tired eye says yes. Yeah, now Izzy will always admit it. Just about. She'll usually admit when she's tired, but Abby, she usually tries to fight it off as long as we can. Susan said they all had a great chat while they waited. Yeah, we saw that. I mean, there were so many people talking in there that we had to skip through a bunch. Otherwise, we never would have caught up on all those chats last week. Yeah. But like I said,
They're tired.
Yeah. Well, I said I just kept pushing off because I wasn't sure exactly what time we were going to be there, and so, but I didn't want to just cancel it and then people think there wasn't going to be one.
Yeah.
Dean was confused. I bet a lot of people were on that because, like I said, I didn't explain very well because we were going to make it a surprise.
Yeah.
Jacob's asking Brandon if he's caught up on sleep.
Both girls are tired. They definitely are.
Yeah. He's about to pass out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finally got caught up on sleep. Now working on the farm.
Yep. Now you'll be tired again from having to try to catch up on the farm.
Two little girls are not going to last much longer. Yeah.
Yeah. They held on pretty good.
They really did. Good night, Susan.
Good night, Susan.
Melinda nodding off. Good night. Good night.
Yep.
Yeah, it will not take them long to go to sleep now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Bill said thanks.
We'll let her know. Headed home now, but don't want to miss life.
Oh, yeah. I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Only eat steaks that come from a bull, steaks from a cow are mistakes.
Some people have a lot of mistakes then.
Raising your own beef, etc. You know what's in it also, but that's why we all garden and farm.
Yeah, and we used to raise our own beef too, and we'd also sell it, but in 2020, when everything went haywire, we had some that were about ready to butcher and went to get the appointment. They're like, we're booked out for like a year and a half, and so there was no way to hold them over that long, and so we end up nobody around had any openings because people just went crazy booking them up, and then they canceled them later, but at that time we didn't know it was going to be like that, and so we sold those, and we just never have gotten any more to raise out, but we probably will soon. But we need to get some pork gone first because that freezer is full. Because we did, was it 3 pigs? Yeah, 3 pigs is what we butchered, and they were about 300 pounds a piece.
And we're still like 3/4 of the way full.
Yeah, but it's not been that long since we've had it. We've ate
We've been eating a lot, yeah. Wasn't here 5 minutes and the potato planters had to be put to bed.
Yep. Yeah, whenever they're at my mom and dad's, they always come home tired.
Yeah. Well, and Abby woke up that way this morning. She was like, no, I want to go back to bed. It's like, yeah, but I got to go to work. You can go to sleep at Momo's house.
She probably did.
And she doesn't ever. If she's up, she's up.
Yep. Disney World has sprouted.
Yeah.
Along with all the other ones.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll get it in a video sometime to show you how they are, but it's kind of, I'm probably going to wait until they get a little bit taller before I do much, but using the tractor to cover them like it is. Whenever it hits rocks and stuff, it kind of bounces back and forth, and so the row looks crooked. Even though the potatoes are planted straight, the way it's healed up is crooked. So I'm going to go back over it and get it where it looks like a straight line instead of all crooked. Of course, I guess you can plant more in a crooked row.
Girls and our son must have the same bedtime. We just laid him down.
Yeah,
they're usually in bed before 9, but
yeah, it's usually around 8:30. Normally is when we start trying to wind down at 8 or so, and then they're in bed, usually about asleep by 8:30 or so. But since they're done with school now, since we finished it up week before last, and tomorrow they don't have to get up super early because I'm off, and so they're going to stay with me, and so it doesn't matter if they stay up a little bit later.
And I only work about half a day tomorrow, so
yeah. And then we've got a lot of stuff to get done.
Yeah. He'll stay up longer than he does.
You're up late, Dean.
I know it.
I don't know who you're trying to kid.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny because used to she was terrified to be on the camera, let alone speak on camera. Like a lot of times she'd be there to smile and that was it.
Seriously.
Like she would smile and we go, "Oh, hey Cassie."
Hey. But yeah.
And so time got on, so then it got where she would talk a little in it if I was there, and then now she's got it where she can just grab it and go. And so it's worked out a lot because there for a few weeks, every day off I had, it was raining or windy and we couldn't get to stuff, or we were going to be gone.
Yeah.
And so luckily she was able to pick up the camera and keep things going that way.
Yeah.
We could stay consistent with our postings, and
it's a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy the videoing part. Sometimes the editing,
I actually like it.
It's not bad, but sometimes it takes time.
It does.
I will say this: when the girls are in it, it takes a lot more editing because you never know.
So I was just telling them the other day
what they're going to be into, and so because we did one the other day, it was just the two of us, and it was like we just got through it. I was like, wasn't really any hiccups or anything, and then it was crazy.
Well, the one from yesterday, it took me very little time to edit that. I had to, like, if I was just like lost my words for a minute, like I just did, and there was like a big gap in something, then I had to edit a little bit here and there, but it wasn't anything like
most of our it's
screeching
like
or something.
Dead space or like walking between pins or something like that is generally what is, because I know it's funny from when you first start to now, like used to is like you want this picture perfect thing. Every word just has to be right. You want to, and now I'm just like, it's just life. It is what it is.
If y'all hear me stumbling over my words, that's
what we live.
That's just me. It's legit. So,
yeah. Oh, there's Christy Jones.
Hello.
Yep. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah.
But I forgot where I was at.
Talking about a video by myself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So no, she's done really good with that, and so it's helped a lot because we can kind of divide and conquer at times. But and she's also a big help on the farm too. Oh, gotta put my hand down. Because like I said, whenever the way my shifts rotate and stuff, there's some days that she handles it all whenever she's here, and sometimes it's when she gets off she handles it all. So it's usually when it's on her half days. So usually if it's a full day, I try to get it in the mornings before I go. But
unless he's working days too. So
yeah, but like today we were both out this morning, and then I had to go to another meeting after work, and so she took care of 90% of it while it's gone. Maybe even more than that, but I moved some stuff around whenever I got back.
Yeah, because stuff I couldn't lift or whatever by myself. I didn't want to try because I didn't want to tear something up.
Yeah.
Broke out of my shyness. Yeah. It's crazy because when we first started doing YouTube, I told him I was like, I am never going to speak on video.
Yes. Yeah. She was.
Yeah, I'm
she
eating
was
my words, but I
was
literally told him that.
anti YouTube whenever I first. And she wasn't against the videos.
No.
She just didn't want she didn't want to be a part of it.
I was like, don't expect me to be making videos by myself.
Yeah. Well, even talking in them, I mean,
stuff changes a lot in
yeah.
what 4 or 5 years. What year did we start?
I guess technically 4.
Okay. When we had a break there, but
yeah, because we did a few. I mean, when we first started playing around, it we wasn't any kind of we weren't consistent.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to get out.
Yeah.
But, and so it was just like we just shot one here and there. Like we did one, like it was a high tunnel tour, and it was the girls going through our first video, and like Abby, she knew all the plants, and Izzy was so little, she was just barely started to talk, and so Abby would walk around, she would say what it was, and then Izzy would just mimic what she said. And we went through the whole high tunnel like that and got through that.
So cute.
Yeah. And so it's just funny seeing how much they've grown over the time too. 'Cause, I mean, looking back at that video, it's like crazy. Like it doesn't seem like it was all that long ago, but then another way it seems like an eternity. But we filmed a little bit here and there, and then we had some issues where we got off for a while. Then we started back again, and then we had a couple other little hiccups where we didn't get completely off, but we just were not posting. Like it'd be like a video here, and then it might be a week or two later in another video and things like that. But now we're trying to stay consistent. I don't know that we'll hold Brandon's record of only missing a couple of videos in several years, but we're trying to stay at our twice a week for now.
Yeah.
And then after Kimberly's surgery, if it'll probably be still a twice a week thing, but what we might do is if we have a lot going on, we might like throw in a bonus one, but try to keep the schedule for the 2 days a week and then the live. And then if we have something extra, we have a bunch. Instead of letting it pile up and get way behind where we're ahead, then just go ahead and throw in an extra video. But it will be nice to try to get a little bit of a buffer ahead just so that we're not filming and having to.
Yeah.
The one we're filming is not the next video we're putting out.
Yeah.
Like we have one in between, maybe 2, just something to give a little bit of a thing in case something happens. But
yeah,
it is what it is. But we've got a lot of stuff that's going to be going on. So as long as the weather cooperates, and so we'll have some new stuff coming out.
Your kids get out of school early here in Pensacola. Summer vacation doesn't start until Memorial Day.
Well, our girls this year, we started homeschooling. And so we bought the school year's worth of stuff through a Becca. And so it has all the days laid out. And so what they did is there were some days that they doubled up on lessons, and we didn't take all of the breaks that the public school system takes.
Yeah.
And so that's how they were able to get done early, because we actually started a week and a half or 2 weeks before
2 weeks
before public school started. And then like we didn't take off 2 weeks for Christmas. We didn't take off a week for Thanksgiving. And a lot of the other holidays, they just went ahead and did it. And so it might not have been on
some weekends
too. It might not have been Monday through Friday on all of it too. Because like if we had something going during the week, then they might do school on Saturday and Sunday as well. And so they just kept pushing through it. And when the closer they got to the end of the year, they really buckled down and got it done. And so this year, since July is so hot and there's really not tons of stuff that you want to do, we're probably going to start school in July. It may not be a real strict schedule in July, just getting warmed up into it. That way, if we have stuff going, we still can. But then hopefully next year we can be done in March or at the beginning of March. No, March. End of March.
End of March, yeah.
End of March, yeah. By starting in July instead of August. But the public schools are still in session until the end of May.
Yeah, right before Memorial Day.
Yes.
Made a video, I'd make a point of editing out all the bad bits. You'd never see me in one.
Neil, you're crazy.
I know. It's funny. Eric Smith, your kids get out of school early. Here they go till June and start back last of August. Thank you, Carolyn. I'm backwards. I don't want to video, but I love editing.
Yeah. See, And some editing is okay, but then I get to a point. Probably the biggest thing is, and this is probably gonna be with a lot of people, is titles and thumbnails. That's a hard one. Unless I've gotten where I try to think my thumbnail out first, which that's what they say to do. But then you never know what's going to happen sometimes, and so that may not be a good one. But
I at least get the thumbnail done at the end.
you
typically.
started doing it.
I've started, yeah.
She
For a
was bad
while
there for a
I
while
was like,
because
I didn't take a thumbnail picture. I got to figure this out.
because there for a while she wasn't editing. She would like film it stuff, and then I would still have to edit and do the thumbnails and stuff. And so then I'd be like, "Where's your thumbnail stuff?" Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
And so then it's trying to pull something from the video to scrap something together for it. But now she started doing her own editing and everything. So, and there's been some times that on a couple of them that I've done that I've not had time, that she's done a lot of that editing too.
Yep. Oh, there's Stephanie. Finally made it home. Braylee says hello.
Oh, tell Braylee hi.
Yep.
Won't be long. We'll see y'all again.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Yep, the girls are excited to see all your kids.
Yeah. So it's even later where I grew up in New England. School starts the Wednesday after Labor Day and doesn't end till around June 10th.
It was a long year.
He said I'm very consistent. Where's my bed?
Let's see.
Everyone plans to be ahead but ends up behind. That is the truth.
It's easy to happen when life happens.
Yeah. Yeah, because there was one week he had a video. He had been working on the video for a couple of days, and then work stuff happened, and he wound up working extra doing something. I don't remember what it was. And he was like, I don't have a video. And it was the night before, and I was like, well, it was when we're getting the baby chicks. I was like, we're getting these chicks in the morning. I'll video in the morning, and somehow I'll get it out in the afternoon. And it happened. Yeah, we made it. But yeah, I mean, life definitely sometimes gets a little hectic.
Yes.
Eric used to be like that here, but over time it changed. We were always told school started later due to amusement parks around here. Walker Farm fam. We go Becca also at our school and love it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we did, which we'd heard lots of good stuff about, but our main thing was we kind of decided late in the game that we were going to for sure homeschool. We tossed it back and forth, and then it got closer to time. We were like, yeah, we're going to go ahead. And the thing we liked about Becca is you could buy like just a grade level instead of having to go through and pick each individual subject and things like that.
Yeah.
We're able to pick out a kindergarten curriculum, able to pick out a fourth grade curriculum and get the whole thing at once. So.
Well, and actually I was talking to somebody else who homeschooled this year, but had been talking to people at the school when they picked their curriculum, which they used something different. And theirs was on track with what their child was learning, would have been learning in school at that time, based on what the teachers were saying and that kind of thing. And their child is a grade level ahead of Abby, and Abby's been actually learning some of the same stuff, which is, it's really cool that Becca is so advanced.
Yeah. So at least with that, we know they're not going to be behind. There are times that it is tough. But we manage and they get through it.
And I mean, the way it continually, it's a spiral approach where it continues to reteach everything or go over it again and again and again. I really, really like that, because that definitely helps cement the concepts and not just breeze through it and forget about it,
Yeah.
Yes, we love homeschooling.
We absolutely love it. The girls like it too. For one, with like my rotating work schedule, we can kind of work school around it. So if I'm off in the middle of the week, because Kimberly's off some in the middle of the week. And so if that's the case, then we know that they can do school on the weekend whenever I have to work or something like that. And we can go do stuff in the during the week. Planning trips and vacations, it's a lot easier because they can either take it with them and do it, or we can work ahead and get it done, like work the weekend before, a couple weekends before, and get it done. I like the fact that there's not the stresses and pressures that going to public school puts on not only kids but families too. Like one thing that I love this year is we didn't have to do the school fundraiser, because that's something I dread every year. And it's not so much just because since all the kids are doing it, everybody's getting hounded with this.
Yeah.
But they want to do it because they have to sell so many items in order to get this party. And so it's either just boycott the thing and be like, okay, on the day they're having a party, you just don't have to go to school and we'll go do something. Or what I did is we just bought the number of items they needed, so I didn't have to hound people, get them to hound people to do it. And so if they had to have 5 items or 7 items to get this party so they could go that day, then we would just buy it, because I do not like having to hound people for stuff or things like that. And so I'd rather just do with it ourselves and go with it. I mean, like my parents and Kimberly's mom and stuff, they would buy stuff just for that, but like going around trying to get people, I was not going to do that. I was like, they could ask Mimi, Momo, and Granddad, and that's about the extent of it. And Carolyn too.
Yeah.
But other than the immediate family, I'm not all about going around trying to drum up stuff, especially whenever I found out what they were buying with it. But that's another
story entirely.
But yeah, that don't have to worry about bullying, except for them bullying each other,
which we can handle that. So,
or the rooster bullying Abby.
Yeah.
So that's good. Anxiety's better because it's not the constant pressure of feeling like you're going to fail.
And a child in 3rd grade should not be worried about that. I mean,
worried that if they do bad on a test, their teacher's not going to like them. Now, we know that was never the case at one teacher, but that in her head, that's what she would think, is if she did bad on a test, the teacher might think she wasn't trying and wouldn't like her. But she had great teachers, and that we never had any question that they felt that way. It's just that's what she was feeling. And so we would have to deal with that anxiety whenever she was home, of her having to feel that way and be like, that's not the way it is. And so it's just, plus she's high energy, so likes to fidget. So, but we can deal with that here. And
she can stand up. She can stand up beside the table and do her work. I mean, or go take breaks. I mean,
so although I will admit that Kimberly was homeschooled, but I had major reservations about it based on the experience of homeschool people that I had known growing up or known about. But it's probably the best decision with them that we've made. So yes, thrilled with homeschooling.
Yeah.
Okay. I will get off my soapbox about that.
Consistent and intentional. Yes.
Got to be that, or it's just not going to happen.
Maybe that's why school gets out earlier here. Principal is an amusement park. Yep.
Let's get how Farmer Red's doing. Tina says, hey, everyone. Oh, Kathy said no notification again. Well, I don't know what's up with that, but hang on just a second. Okay. Let's see. Neil said if he needed a thumbnail picture, he'd just take a picture of his thumb.
Good one.
Christy said school gets out here just before Memorial Day and starts around the 13th of August. She'd probably homeschool if the girls were still in school. Yeah, like I said, that's the other thing about the homeschools, the flexibility. Like we can start earlier too, because like spring is very busy around the farm. July, it's somewhat busy, but stuff's starting to slow down then because it's so hot and everything, and can't really work outside because it's stinking hot. So figured that'd be a good time to do it. And then whenever weather's nice in the fall, spring, things like that, then that gives us a little more freedom if we've already got it done. Tina said, everybody go hit the thumbs up. Asking if Farmer Rhett is ready for summer. I'm say I'd almost guarantee you he is.
Yeah.
Oh, Kathy said it's wonderful that we homeschool.
Yep.
Always. We say we're going to plan the thumbnail and title, and it never works out. Then end up taking a screenshot from the video for the thumbnail.
Yep.
Yes. And that happens a lot with us too. But what I've tried to do, well, like the last one, I had an idea in my head what I wanted to do for it. We still did it at the end, but like the planting potatoes, not the last one because there's one since in. But so I just like the row for the background I pulled from the video, but then we actually took pictures or video of the different things to pull us out for the thumbnail. And so like I had an idea that I wanted one of the kids in there. Abby's the lighter one of the two, and so plus she fit in the bag better. So that's what we did, and
That was a cute thumbnail.
Izzy got to point and smile. Oh, there's Isabel. How are you? Oh, their video just posted. Good. Oh, okay. So this is
Becca's about a grade level ahead of public when we get new students, and it's an adjustment for them for several months. I love that they focus on phonics and still learn cursive writing. Yes. Izzy's kindergarten foundation has been fantastic. And Abby, she didn't get a lot of cursive last year, so we've been kind of playing catch up, but the Abeka book has been really, really wonderful at that. And it's got all the extra practice in the back and everything too. So her handwriting is definitely improved with that.
yes. Yeah, because that's the main thing too. That's probably one of the biggest fears that I would have is homeschooling my kids is if they don't learn, then I mean that's on us.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a big responsibility to take on, be like, okay, you're going to be solely responsible for making sure that your kid knows this so that years down the road, they're not behind or they don't know what's going on and they have trouble. And so I like the fact that it's advanced and helps with that. And so as long as they can stay up with it, then that, and we also pay for the one that has the videos too, which I don't know really how much the videos, I mean, they're good to have, but like a lot of it Kimberly goes over them with, but if it's something where they need some extra, I guess, practice or concept, they can watch those videos and it really helps. And plus it gives it from somebody else where they're not just hearing it from us all the time. So
like
really
in like history, they had all kinds of neat songs and things to help Abby remember. And I mean, she can tell you all the capitals of each state. And I thought that was very impressive because, I mean, goodness knows I can't tell you all the capitals in all the states. Not all of them. There's a few I forget, but I mean, I used to know them all, but.
Capital of Arkansas.
Really? Stephanie said that's what I do with my videos if we have something planned. Yeah, the internet's been horrible since these tornadoes. Our videos are taking twice as long to upload.
Yeah, because if towers were damaged, that means the other ones are getting a strain, and so it's probably really slowing stuff down.
Yeah, that's no
trying to think if there's a solution for that. Probably not until they get it done. Because most likely, unless it was an expensive satellite internet, you're probably not going to get anything better.
Asking how many more days till walkers have summer break.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rhett doesn't care either way. Everybody's excited about the video.
Let's say, yeah, Brandon just had to upload it while we were doing a live, so everybody leave and go watch it.
They get the one-on-one with you instead of having 20 to 30 kids for one teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, like
which here the classes are pretty small. I think like 20 is about as big, maybe 21.
Yeah, she had. I think 21 was Abby's biggest class size. She had.
And I don't know. I think 24 might be the max. I'm not sure on that, but it's still in the low 20s. I think is the max that they can actually have. But the class sizes here are relatively small. I mean, not one-on-one, but
yeah, like the videos that we do. I mean, they feel like they're part of a class because there's, I mean, you can see other kids in there and the kids answer questions and stuff. And then she'll ask questions to, your child, but certain subjects like math or something that takes a little bit longer, or maybe Abby needs a little more explanation or something on. I mean, we just, I'll let them do the initial explanation, and then we just stop the video and she and I talk about it one-on-one. Same thing with Izzy. I mean, she's been learning to read this year, or read more this year. She was already reading some.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's getting pretty good.
She likes to go sit on the couch in a certain spot, and we prop up and we read. That's our reading time.
But there are times that it'll be something she'll be like, "What does this say?" And I'll be like, "Sound." She goes, "I just don't feel like reading right now."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Go sound it out."
Too smart for her own good sometimes.
Yeah, or either that or her eyes are just too tired to read it, or something. She just.
Oh, I hadn't heard that one yet.
Yeah, she comes up with some funny stuff.
I need to get Zoe to talk to Kimberly and get some details on how to do that. The internet gets better. Schools here ask for a flat fee registration for a payment to eliminate the fundraising stuff.
I wish they would do that here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter for us anymore.
But at the time, definitely.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just, I just don't want to go into it. But
excited and ready to start homeschooling this year.
Yep. Fun stuff.
My wild home. Hey, you guys, nice to see you. Our first visit to your live.
Well, good.
Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. Glad to have you.
Yep.
Let's see.
We homeschooled my identical twin boys who are now getting their doctorates in chiropractic medicine in Dallas, and we're Canadian.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Love to hear that.
Yep.
Carolyn said the Becca program is great. I agree with Cassie. Cursive writing and phonics are important for children. My grandchildren attend a Christian school and they don't even teach cursive writing. Yeah, that's important to us. We'd already talked before we decided we were going to homeschool that we were going to make sure that the kids did know how to, write in cursive.
Yeah, because it is sad where we've had stuff. It's like teenage and maybe even some out of high school kids don't even know how to sign their name.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, sign your name here, and they print it.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
well, we had
it's just, I'm sorry, even if they don't want to teach cursive, they should at least teach somebody how to do a signature.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the olden days where you just put an X.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody could print a name, which I know a lot of stuff people can copy signature stuff, but it's just, I don't know.
Well, whenever we had our childcare business, there were several younger parents who didn't know how to sign their name, and for some of the forms, like, they had to actually be a signature. They wouldn't accept a printed version, so there were times when we had to write it in cursive, and they had to just copy that because they literally didn't know what their name looked like. And that's just, I feel like that's a failure on the school's part.
Butler Family Farm. Hey, Jerry, how are you?
Hello.
We're doing well. Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah. Can't imagine not teaching cursive writing. Nobody would have a personal signature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true. Which on the kindergarten stuff, they gave you an option between manuscript and cursive. And I didn't learn cursive till 3rd grade is when they started teaching it whenever I was in school. And so we did manuscript for Izzy first, but they still had some stuff, didn't they, to try to start teaching the concepts for cursive. Yeah. But so I don't know, this next year I don't know if we want to go ahead and go cursive since she recognizes the letters now. Probably. Or if we need to go another year manuscript and then cursive.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of, I do want to do, I want to do it at least by 2nd, but we might want to look at it this year. I want to look at both ways and just kind of
maybe do some research on what they recommend.
Mm-hmm. The girls were so cute planting the potatoes.
Oh, thank you.
They did a good job.
Saved me a lot of work too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd been doing that job alone. But they pretty much just took my bucket of potatoes and took over.
I taught Becca to preschool children. Children learn to read so much easier and earlier when they're taught phonics.
Yes.
That's the truth. Homeschooling allows parents to do more discipline and guidance too. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, you actually get to make sure that the values and morals and stuff that you want taught are taught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we pay for priority internet.
Yep. I am so far behind. I guess not terrible. 6 minutes.
School is over May 16th. Okay.
Well, just a few days too late. Let's see. Asking how everybody's doing.
Yeah. One thing I've seen, at least back home in New England, is that all the kids that are homeschooled have programs where they all meet up together and socialize at a gym, etc.
They have homeschool co-ops here. We're not a member of one, mainly because it's like a 45-minute drive away to where they are, but they're in 4-H and stuff, and a lot of the kids that are in their 4-H group now are homeschooled.
Yeah.
And so it kind of works as a co-op because they meet a couple times a month and all that. So they're still around a lot of people and kids and stuff. And then plus, well, I mean, just at the 10 Killer meetup, the way that all the kids just got together and started playing and stuff, they definitely don't have social skill problems. Let's see.
Getting by the storms.
Storms.
Cason's playing hooky on the 16th. That's the last day of school, but he goes to the orthopedic surgeon.
Oh.
I remember you telling me about that.
I keep messing up our weeks.
Thinking it's next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? But no, I get it. Let's see. That's nice because we had too many. Our school got delayed a little bit from all the ice and cold weather because they
did a lot of snow days.
Yeah, they definitely erred on the side of caution this year. If there was any chance, they didn't want any buses to have any accident stuff, so they took the safe route instead of like, let's try to get there. Oh, there's Amy.
Hey, Amy. Yeah, most teenagers don't know how to sign things because they took cursive out of the curriculum several years ago. They print their signature.
Yeah.
Really love meeting us. No, you won't remember me, and that's cool.
We remember you, Mickey.
Oh, yes. We do.
Yep. You're the one with all the cool logos.
Yep. Really awesome.
So, yep. No forgetting you that easy.
School still does cursive. That's awesome because in Arkansas, I mean,
they put it back in.
Up until just a couple of years ago, they weren't doing it.
Yeah, they took it out, and then I guess a couple of years ago they put it back in, and so now it's getting better. But you're still going to have a huge gap of people who don't know cursive, and I just can't believe that.
I know.
Yep.
I love that they are still doing that. I was happy whenever Abby got to 3rd grade and they were teaching it. I'm really pushing Zoe for homeschool, especially with some of the stuff Mackenzie's being taught.
Yeah. That's been a big topic around here too. Because with the new LEARNS Act that they pushed through, they changed the way that curriculum had to be done in the public schools, and it had to be a high quality instructional material. And so that means that teachers building their own lesson plans and curriculum is out the door now to comply with that. And so they're having to pick one. And there's been some controversy over the options that are out there, but they finally picked one today, and it was with some, I guess, negotiations between some of the board members and stuff on. They picked a curriculum, but they made sure that they pulled some of the books that were being taught in it because it didn't really go in line with the values that this community has. And so I
was glad to hear that, though.
There's not going to be a one thing fits all thing, but I think that they may end up the best with what they could do. But like I said, because it's a small community, everything. And so I know that emotions got high on some of it and everything. And we didn't have a dog in the hunt, except for the fact that we pay taxes is the only reason we have really anything. And then plus, if our kids ever did go back to public school, but I don't foresee that happening because, like I said, homeschool went great this year.
Yeah.
But they finally picked one, and like I said, with the compromise of removing some of the books that were in that curriculum, it worked out. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Yep. Yep. Walker Farm Fam is generally Cassie, and then Catching Up with the Walkers is Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Generally on Facebook. Now on YouTube.
YouTube.
On Facebook, I don't know who's who. Public schools are dumbing down kids now. Maybe in some areas, but I don't know. Like here, I mean, the teachers still care and stuff, and I mean, definitely some care more than others, but I think they all mean well and are doing what they need to.
I took my kids to homeschool this year, and we're really trying to teach cursive.
Yeah. Thankfully, Abby knows cursive. She just sometimes she gets a little sloppy with it.
One thing that I did that has helped a lot this year is I actually did it over the summer. I printed out some tracing sheets and I laminated them. And so we used dry erase markers to do like all the individual letters, because there's just a few letters that she has more trouble with than others, just on the actual formation and what loop goes first or something like that, and that has really helped us a lot. So
Dean says he's still here. He's just being quiet, hiding in the bushes.
Yep. I might not want to be Brett's principal.
If she's teaching, that means that Nick's got to be the principal.
Yep.
Yes. I need to duct tape my thumbs down.
I had a young cashier asked me to sign a receipt, then was told that's not what he meant. He wanted me to write my name. 51, and there's a difference between sign, cursive, and write print.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Rhett would insist on being the principal.
Yeah, he'd be running that school. Oh, good night, Cassie. Sorry you said that. You may already be gone, but
yep, look forward to seeing y'all soon. I said we had a great nephew, lived with us for a while. We worked to get him assistance with dyslexia. The assistant taught him cursive. She said it helps with their learning.
Good. That'll be a question for them.
Kevin here in my part of Virginia. If one snowflake falls, school is canceled. I guess they err on side of caution. Some buses have mountain hollows to drive in.
See, that's ours. Is whenever years ago they did the school consolidation where they shut down a lot of the smaller ones and started busing them farther. So I mean, there's some kids that have like over an hour bus commute, and it's on some of these back roads and stuff. I mean, like our county, we don't get enough snow or weather that they have all the equipment to clear them and everything. So it's pretty much just letting nature clear them, other than the state highways and stuff. So that's the reason that they do that. And they did implement one time where they had snow routes figured out where people had to get their kids. And it's pretty much if you didn't feel safe getting your kids to that pickup location, that they didn't count it against them. But I don't know if they ever actually implemented those here.
Yeah, I don't know if they did.
Let's see. Oh, there's Frankie.
Hey, Frankie. Yes, we did.
Yes.
And we're doing it again this next year.
Yep, Frankie, we did homeschool. Best decision we ever made. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get that. There's Bill.
Hello, Bill. That after Kason goes to the orthopedic surgeon, he'll want to go to Charleston's.
Yeah, he loves some Charleston's.
Yes, he'll try.
Stephanie, you better take him. It better be more than just a try.
Oh my goodness. Dick Country Cottage survived the tornado. I don't think they had any there.
They didn't have any tornadoes up there, so I think it's fine. Huh?
Not that one. Next one.
Yeah.
Candling eggs.
I need to. I went out to that the other day, and the batteries were dead in the flashlight that I use for candling. And then I came in here, and we had a box of batteries that was not that old, and I opened them, and they had battery acid all in them. So I'm going to try to see. It claims that they have a 10-year storage warranty. Who knows what that process is, but I'm going to try to get them to replace that box of batteries, because we've only had them. No, because I remember buying now we had 2 boxes, a partial and then one that was almost full. And the one that was almost full was only a couple months old, because I remember picking them up because I bought all the different batteries that we needed.
Yeah. Many.
How many eggs today?
Stephanie. Up north, not down here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Frankie, I almost said whenever I saw you tonight, I was almost like, have you thought about homeschooling yet? Because I could kind of see based on the way conversation been going that it looked like y'all were probably leaning that way, but you won't regret it. It can get hectic at times, but definitely worth it in the long run. And I think that the quality of life will be better, and it'll just I think y'all enjoy that better.
Send me a message. Be happy to talk. Brandon needs to get off here and get a paintbrush and get to work. So glad I learned cursive. I have a signature now that is difficult, if not impossible, to duplicate. If I only printed, anybody could print my name and say they signed it.
Yep, that is true.
Kason said there was 1,000 eggs today, but actually there were only 65. I haven't checked in a few days.
Still, 65 is a bunch.
Brandon is candling eggs. They're much quicker ways to cook an egg.
Yeah.
Materials already ordered. Wow.
What did y'all go with?
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes.
I agree. Kids were the biggest deciding factor. They both wanted to give it 1 year and try it.
Well, if the fact that they were actually wanting to, I would say that you'll probably be successful because ours were hesitant at first,
but loved it.
It took a little talking at first because I mean we asked them their opinion and everything, but we just made sure that they knew that the decision was ours, that we were just asking their opinion, but in the end it was ours, and then we all came to an agreement, and like I said, it worked out. Okay, so they're using the good and the beautiful.
Okay. I haven't picked science yet.
Okay. Yeah, we did a Becca.
We did a Becca. A Becca science, well, for their grades was really good. Abby's had a lot of different experiments you could do and that kind of thing. But I'd have to look at what ages, but depending on what ages some of this stuff starts, I might have some ideas.
Yeah, like I said,
I'd have to look because I don't remember what age some of the curriculum that Mom used started at, but I know Mackenzie's older.
Yeah, and you weren't on one with the main reason we went with the Becca last year was because we decided kind of late in the game we were going to do it, and they had where you could just buy like certain grade levels instead of having to pick out individual subjects and stuff, and so we were able to just pick a kindergarten curriculum for Izzy and a 4th grade for Abby, and it had everything we needed for all that. It was just a one-click package, and it supplied everything, and so that's the reason that we went with it initially. Plus, it had really good. Everybody we talked to said it was really good. That it's a little part of it's a little more advanced than others, but she did well with it. So and then Izzy did too, which kindergarten's a lot easier than 4th grade, but
it was very, very good.
Yes.
I've heard good things
kindergarten,
about Beautiful.
It might have been harder on Izzy had she not been through the pre-K program that she'd been through, because they learned a lot whenever
we really pushed a lot of kindergarten prep.
Yeah, our pre-K teacher that we had at the daycare was the best.
Yeah, she was amazing. Bill said I can write anything in cursive except for my name. That's sad.
I can. I have a bad habit now whenever I write. Sometimes I do. I don't know. I'll mix it together. Like some letters I like manuscript better than cursive, and so like I might mix it. Like whenever I'm writing out a check, half of it might be in cursive, half of it might be print. It's the same for them.
Dane said we filled the incubator today. Turkey eggs, guinea eggs, and duck eggs. I know a lot of people who homeschool. If I had kids, they'd be homeschooled.
Yes.
Sorry I'm so late. Had to go watch my niece in Greece.
But that was fun.
Yeah, awesome. Girls are in bed, but we'll have to tell them you stop by.
Yeah, they were here earlier, and then they had a big day today and went on to bed.
their second choice after and thinking of it next year. There are almost too many options these days.
That was our thing. Like whenever, because we asked several different people stuff, and every one of them had a different answer, and they liked the different curriculums for a different reason. And for me, that was overwhelming. And so that's the reason I was like, whenever they had everything like a single package, I was like, this is what I need at least for this year. And then like for next year, I was like, we'll have more time. But I was like, whenever people's like, oh, I do this, this, and this for that, and I would do this and this for that, I was just like, that's just too much. So I was like, this has all around. We read reviews and stuff and talked to different people. And like I said, we were happy with that.
Diane said do engraving on dog tags in cursive.
Okay.
That's neat.
There's Josh.
Hello, Josh.
Hope you're doing well.
Well, I have a doctor appointment in the morning, so I'm out. Y'all be safe and take care.
All right. Thanks for stopping in, Jerry, and have a good evening and
good night.
Good luck at the doctor tomorrow.
Yep.
Rainy Ridge. How are y'all doing?
Hello.
Hope things were quiet in y'all's line of work today.
Let's see. Kathy's. Oh, wait.
Okay, AC has an appointment. Okay, yep.
God bless all of you that are homeschooling, and or my understanding those kids always do so much better, like the former rural schoolhouses. And then Christy Jones said the little boy across the street was pulled out of elementary school 2 years ago. He was acting out and failing. The school just wanted to have him medicated, etc. Homeschooled now and is excelling.
I figured maybe y'all were off work by now, so maybe not. But yeah, no, I tell people at the same time, I'm like, don't jinx us.
Yeah.
We don't say that word.
Yeah.
But since I'm off, I can.
That's funny. But yeah, so we were talking about homeschooling deal. Yeah, I'm still gonna look at a couple other things before we order ours, though. I actually sent some questions to somebody that was doing some other different things and might have had some other opinions, just to get their thoughts on Abeka versus, I think actually The Good and the Beautiful was what I asked them about. So we'll see. But we were really happy with it this year, so I'm just assuming we'll go back with what we did and just continue with that.
Yeah, gotta go back in the morning. Yep, I get it.
Yep. It's great seeing y'all at the meetup. I wish we could have sat down and just chatted, but it was hectic there.
Yeah, there were tons of people everywhere, and it was just hard to get around and see everybody and talk. And so it's just kind of, a lot of it was in passing and then just catching conversations here and there. So, but yes, it was good to meet several people at the meetup and actually get to know. Yeah. Like I said, several of y'all we had watched and seen on here, and then there was a lot of new ones that I'd never seen or heard of or had just not noticed before, and then actually meeting them, being able to put a face to a name, it really helped. So
yes, for sure.
I'm glad we went.
Christy said, have a great night. Glad I was able to catch a live. I feel like YouTube has messed with notifications again.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it does.
What's going on.
Yeah, I know it does sometimes, because I know, like, it depends on the kind of post. Like, usually we do pretty good on getting notifications on videos and lives, but community posts, like, for instance, last week, whenever Brandon put out the community post about going live with us, I got it at 5 o'clock the next day in the afternoon. So, like 20 hours, no, I guess 19 hours later, it sent the notification that we were going live.
Yeah. He said, I don't know how y'all do it. I think I'd go insane.
You're
So-
already insane, so you wouldn't. It'd be fine. You can make it.
He's so sweet.
Just think of all that extra farm help.
One of our church members has used Abeka for several years and loves it. Yeah, we used Abeka among a lot of other things growing up. Because mom did the whole, pull from here, pull from there kind of thing to create a very well balanced program, which I think in general a lot of the programs have just gotten a lot better. Because I actually remember some of the stuff Abby was doing this year, I remember doing whenever I was her age. But I mean, it's ramped up and it's a lot better than it was back then. And there's a lot more of the hands-on type learning incorporated. Because back then there was not really that much hands-on, and mom had to pull experiments, and she had 15 different books of things that we would stop and do in addition to all the rest of it. So
I just know, looking at her stuff, it's like she's like 2 years ahead of where we were when we started. Like a lot of the stuff she's doing, like it feels like that was probably like at least 5th or 6th grade before we ever did that.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me have this. I'll take over the mouse. Traditionally, summers in Alaska, and YouTube does a promotion for Abeka and has a code for discount, I do believe. We'll have to check that out. Traditionally, summers.
Which Becca, they did tell me whenever I called, they was like, if you'll actually call them, they'll usually give you a discount code over the phone too. Because that's what they told me. They tried to get me to buy that day, but I wasn't quite ready. And he's like, just call back and they would have some sort of discount code.
Yes, it was great to meet. Or the peacocks. They're doing well.
Yep, doing good.
Still not convinced that one of those isn't a girl. Because I
Her
have seen
tail feathers are completely different than what the others.
There are 2 that have been fanned out. One is not. So I am really, really hoping.
I've seen her I've seen it kind of. But still tail feathers look nothing like the others.
Yeah, they don't look anything the same.
They're shorter and they're not colorful as colorful.
Yeah. So fingers crossed that we have one female.
Yep.
Linda said, I recently became a subscriber and this is my first live here. You all are speaking my language. I'm a retired Christian school teacher, having taught the Abeka curriculum for 41 years. Awesome. Well,
we've taught the Abeka curriculum for 1 year.
Yeah.
You got 4 decades on us.
Yeah. It's from what we've seen this year. We're really impressed and we're really happy that we chose it.
Yep. We're glad you stopped in too.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And any suggestions you have, since you are clearly a pro, are very welcomed here.
Yes, for sure. We looked up a show, so they start at 18 to 24 months. Our son's a toddler, so we're doing the basics, learning to talk, colors, etc. What age would you recommend to actually start homeschooling? I know, looking at the Abeka stuff, I know there's a pre-K. I think there's a pre-K 3 that you could even start with.
Yeah, I can tell you real quick, but
I know just from having our childcare business. I mean, we started working on a lot of concepts at age 3 to 3.5, when they were ready, and then really. What?
Okay, I was just no, because I was gonna say it was the Busy Bees, 18 months. They were doing a lot of.
They were doing the stuff she's talking about, the basics, learning to talk, colors, etc.
Yeah,
that was what we did in Busy Bees. But then,
I got you.
By the time they got to what we called our honeybees class, that was 2.5 to 3-ish. That's when we really started working on writing letters, and like we actually tried to teach a little bit of phonics and that kind of thing too.
K4 is what they start
K4.
with.
There's some programs out there that do have a K3, and
yeah, but Abeka's K4.
Abeka's K4, but
at least on. Now they may have it in. Hang on, they've got
a lot of other.
Wait, they have 3-year-old curriculum too.
Okay.
It's just not.
Yeah, it's
not an actual like full school year curriculum. It's where you can get the different
but there's like a preschool guide, lesson plans, and that
lesson
kind of
plans
thing.
and stuff like that.
So you might check that
And
out.
kit.
I say the earlier the better, but I mean it's
Which like the 3-year-old homeschool preschool lesson plans is only $26.
that's not bad.
And then the different books for the different, they're really not that bad. But once you get older, it gets a little more expensive. Because like it's to be able to get like the full school year with the videos and everything, it's like $1,200 for the year per kid, which could be a lot worse, but could be a lot better too. But if you think about all the costs that you're saving, like school lunches, because it's definitely cheaper to feed them at home, except for the fact that they want to snack more. But you got that. Changing out school clothes all the time, stuff like that. So there are places that you save by homeschooling that you can make up to pay for that curriculum. And then like in Arkansas, as long as you agree to certain state standards and stuff, that you can actually get reimbursed by the state under the new Learns Act. In certain circumstances, you have to be, I think right now that the parents have to be in certain career fields before they can get that for homeschool. But like I said, it's if not, then if you just plan ahead and you can make it work. It all depends. You just got to put your priorities wherever your priorities are. You can make it work.
Yeah, tiny cabin and homeschooling would be a big challenge. I would agree.
Yeah,
I definitely agree. Because that many, everybody in that tiny space would be.
Just put one kid in each corner. But yeah, no, because I think that probably on a time when the weather was nice, I would probably do school outside, except for the fact that there's a lot more distractions.
You're not insane stuff. Forgive me a few more lives and I'll get you there. I'll let you do that. That's what I keep hearing. Homeschool has advanced so much. Yes, it has.
Definitely.
Means what he says. I was a mild-mannered man with all my sanity before I met him. That's funny. I might have a few Becca books in the store. I'll send you some pics of the books.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep. Like I said, even if it's not something we can use, we know a lot of other people are going that way. So
we happen to make a lot of trips that direction. So
yep. Yeah, we were trying to figure out a way if all the storm stuff hadn't rolled in, and if 10 Killer would have been a little bit closer prior, we were going to try to see if we could work it out while we were at the Lake 10 Killer meetup to come up for the independent bookstore day. That way we could at least stop in, see you for a minute. But it just, the way where we were staying, where it was, and probably it just didn't work out where we could hit it all in the same day.
Dean said one of the smartest things you could do. Dean said one of the smartest things you could do is use hard, big words for them to learn right from the start. That way easy words seem so much easier. Grammar can be a challenge.
Yes.
Okay. Dean said if I had kids now in school, it sure wouldn't be public. It would be homeschooling. No corners. Well, y'all have I'm sure y'all are utilizing all of y'all's space because
Yeah, I can't imagine because, well, whenever we first got married, the house we had was like 800 and something square feet. It was a 2-bedroom, one tiny little bathroom, and so, but it was just the two of us, so it was plenty big. And then, which I had it before we got married, and then we moved into our other house, which was bigger than the house we're in now, and so we've still got stuff that we boxed up from when we moved that's still in storage. And I'm about to the point now, I'm like, if we haven't needed it in 9 years, we probably don't. And so I think the plan is to go through it just to make sure it's not any keepsake stuff that we want. And then other than that, it needs to be just a massive cleansing because
I've done that in the house a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, that's stuff that we use though. I mean, that out there we've not seen in 9 years.
Yeah.
Except for the boxes.
Oh, I know.
And so it's just like, you just really, which part of the problem, we had a house fire before we moved. It wasn't like total disaster, but it was actual like fun. A lot of it was smoke damage. And so it was our insurance, they had a company come in, clean everything, take it all. And so they sent it back in boxes, and it was supposed to be like whatever room it came out of, it was supposed to be all put together and stuff. And it's in such a shamble the way that it was boxed up. I mean, I'm glad they got it cleaned and everything, but it's not anything like it came out of the house.
Yeah. No.
And so trying to find stuff by the labels they put on the boxes, it was a disaster. And so, like I said, it's just up in the loft of our shed, and we've gone through some, but we probably still have about half that we haven't.
Well, so whenever all that happened, about 6 months after that, we were wanting to make some ice cream. And we had this really nice ice cream maker that he had special ordered, that had both the hand crank and the, plug-in motor. And I was like, well, I know where that box is, so I'm going to go get it. Well, I get it, and it's only half of the ice cream maker. And I looked through 2 or 3 others, and and then I was getting frustrated, and it was hot up in the loft, and I was like, well, I mean, I guess, I don't know. So I guess we borrowed your parents, I think.
Yes.
Then fast forward like 2 years later, I was up there looking in a different box for something completely different. I find the other half of the ice cream maker in a completely different thing. And I know for a fact when that was packed up, exactly where that was sitting, and it was all together, like actually put together. So it was just the craziest thing. And one box I dug in had like 4 or 5 different rooms worth of stuff in it. Because at the time we had a little bigger house.
Yeah.
But
quite a bit bigger house.
Yeah. Which we didn't need all the space.
No, it was especially because at the time it was just no, it wasn't just the 3. We were fostering at that time. So
it came in handy, but it was still bigger than what we needed.
A family of 5 a lot of times.
Yeah.
And then did we ever have
just
6 for?
Well, no, we did have some spend the night, or like over the weekend or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, because we'd fostered a set of twins for a while, and then we did some brothers, some respite care siblings and stuff, and so the bigger house helped with that because we were able to have the rooms we needed, and then have a room set up that was just for that had like, it had 2 cribs in it and stuff like that. So it was just set up so that whenever we did respite stuff, everything was there and ready. It's just pretty much having the room or getting the kids and having their clothes and stuff. So that worked out.
And then we had one that we dedicated as an office too for our businesses we had at the time. Pretty sure my youngest boy went to public school.
Yep, don't blame you there.
Tried homeschool. Oh boy, that was tough on both my daughters and I. It's not for everybody either, though.
No, not at all.
Definitely not saying that.
Because like I said, before we did it, I wouldn't have thought it was for me.
Yeah.
But like I said, after we made it through and survived.
Definitely been best for our family.
Yes.
Other things too. No need for backpacks and supplies. Like, you have to share with the whole class, gas to and from school, special event costs, etc. Yeah. We had actually already bought a backpack for Abby this school year. Just because we had gone to an outlet store and I think paid $10 for this.
They were $5.
No, it was $5 for this name brand backpack that's normally like $50 or $60 that she'd wanted the year before.
Because it showed 10 in the back, but when we actually checked out, they were on clearance past that, and so it's half
and
price.
Did a little happy dance because I was so excited that we'd save so much money on that. But then, I mean, she's used it now for trips and things. I mean, she puts all of her travel stuff in it. So, or if they have to go to work with me or something and do their school at work, they can just put all their books in their bigger backpacks, and that's what they use. But those are going to last a while because they don't use them often.
Well, and they don't get torqued. They're not just thrown around and used every day. So
or thrown on the playground or whatever.
Yes, left on the playground.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob said he just watched the video and wants to know what Kason thought of the chicken shed. Well, and Josh said that they missed Bill at the meetup. Yes. Yep. Hate that you weren't able to make it. Tina said she would have to hire a homeschool teacher.
Stephanie said, I'm pro public school. We have a really good school system here. Also pro homeschool for the right parents. And that's the truth. I mean, if you've got a good school system, it makes all the difference. Because there are some really, really great ones. But yeah, for us, it's just not, it just around where we were, it just wasn't working out.
Good night, Rainy Ridge.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, because like I said, it's not a bad school.
No.
It's just that I guess it's just society now. It's just they're experiencing a lot more stuff at such younger ages that it's different than like whenever I was in school.
Yeah.
He loved it.
Oh,
Knew he would.
That's awesome. Let's see. It's our only second thought about it. Homework is not an easy task around here.
Yeah. And that's, I don't know, which, like the work itself, but that's one thing whenever the school district went to a 4-day school week, that was one of the guarantees is that they weren't going to have homework by going to the 4-day school week. And so that wasn't too big of a deal. But before, I mean, she'd have a lot of homework, and I'm just like, y'all have had them all day, and we're still not able to get this done. So I don't know. But like I said, we're not anti-public school. It's just that it's not the best fit for us. And like I said, I just like the freedoms. Mostly the schedule. So that's probably one of my favorite things about it is because we've never had it before where stuff could work around our work schedules as easy as that. Because, I mean, for them, they don't have a concept of what a true weekend is now. It's just whenever they don't have school, whether that's on Monday or Friday, Saturday, whatever it is. But and that's another reason I like the Abeka, because it has each day lined out, and so you know if you're staying on task or not. Because it has online, it has a calendar that can go and be like, this is where you're supposed to be at, and so if you're there ahead, you know you're doing good. If you're behind, you know you got to catch up. But oh, she said she could hear you, and I told you to speak up.
Oh,
of course she's going to stick with you.
Thanks, Stephanie. Frankly, I was in the middle of an argument between homeschool and public school. I supported both for different reasons, but after the violence happening nowadays, no public schools for me.
Yeah, and here local, we haven't had trouble with violence. I mean, it's all around. I mean, in the U.S., but like locally, not had that trouble.
Yeah.
Plus, around here, like I said, they're very secure because they've got like security doors and stuff like that, and you can't just like walk in and things like that. So. But I know anything can happen anywhere.
Utilizing the great outdoors.
Yep.
I think Casey's chicken shed is bigger than Cassie's shed. I'm not leaving, LOL. I'm here till the end now that I'm done being my daughter's taxi.
Hopefully they tipped well. Let's see. You read that one.
I'll get lost. Fear of long words is what he said. I love facts like that. They're silly. I agree. Owned things for 21 years here on this property. Been trying to get rid of stuff. Well, whenever I had massive huge plans to do all that.
Good night, cowboy shorts.
Good night. I was planning to do a massive clean out of the house and the shed this summer, and then found out about surgery. Plans changed, and I went into full on let's clean out the house mode. So I have one room left, and that is the kitchen, which is probably one of the hardest, actually. Yes and no, because I mean I know what I use and what I don't actually haven't. There's a couple things that are in the kitchen that I have not even used since we've been married, and we've had them since we got married. So we'll be getting that. We'll be getting all that kind of cleaned out, but that's going to happen probably in the next few days, just because it needs to happen sooner than later.
I'll say the first place that I thought she downsized was the pantry, because it just doesn't seem like we have anything.
I organized the pantry,
and now we can't find anything. It's kind of like whenever she puts my stuff in a safe place, and then I can never find it, and then I ask her, she'll be like, "Oh, I put it up," but then doesn't remember where she put it up.
I do now, though, because I actually have a method to the madness.
Because that's what I told her. I was like, pick one safe spot for my stuff, so that if you're going to put it in a safe spot, if you forget, I'll know this is the safe spot where it's at. So it doesn't matter if that's where it goes or not. At least I know where to start looking.
Well, now whenever I organized part of the shed for him, that's like his tools and that kind of thing, and I actually took him out there and I was like, listen, this is where this is where this is this, and I mean I just went through all of it and told him, if you can't find, and I'm still been having to find stuff for him that he can't remember where I put it, but because I did it in a more orderly fashion, I actually know where it's at. So yep. I think I did better this time. Amy said, I'm super glad you went. It was great meeting you and your sweet girls. Savannah was grateful too.
Oh. Yeah, Abby was actually asking
Saturday.
Yeah, she said, is she going to be here? And we're like, no, they're not coming back.
And she was going, oh.
Yeah, she said she'd made new friends and she's ready to see them again. And yep. I was like, I don't think they're coming back today.
Yeah. Oh, ice cream sounds good right now. I'll be right back.
Yes.
It's funny. Quit talking about how big Elle's house was. Just kidding. It was bigger than what we needed. But at the time, it was what was on the market and in our price range.
Well, the housing market was a lot different.
It was a lot different.
Like now, there's no way we could afford a house that size.
No, not looking at the current pricing.
Yeah, we got lucky.
Yeah. But I mean, it was only on 5 acres, and then we found out later that
it was a mucky mess.
It was a mud hole every time it rained, and so that was probably part of the reason.
But that was back in 2012 also.
Yeah, it was. So it was a long time ago.
And then we sold it in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we moved over here in 2015.
Yes.
Talking about ice cream, our Jersey will calf this fall, and Colton's mama makes really good ice cream from her milk and cream.
That sounds good.
I bet that would be good. They have a big house. Eddies are funny. Teaching things parents should be teaching, not the school system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some schools are.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, I feel like being a small community in the South, it's not near as bad as what a lot of places are. So.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I would.
Speaking of furries, on our way home from Lake Tenkiller, we're driving home, and I see somebody going to get their mail, and they had a tail sticking out from underneath their coat. I was like, did I really just see what I saw?
I said, yep.
And sure enough, that's exactly what it was. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I was not expecting to see that, but I was just like, I mean, just out in the middle of nowhere, going to check their mail, wearing a tail.
Yeah. The one thing that bothers me intensely about public school in Florida is the kids are just being taught to pass the FCAT, which is the state intelligence test. There are some places that just focus on that. They need to be taught the course subjects. They don't need to spend the whole year trying to pass one test. I know there was some schools that my mom taught in whenever we were younger, before she homeschooled us, that's what all they focused on was teaching the test.
Yes.
She was in a lot of good districts too, but there was one in particular that she said that she couldn't really teach anything other than, the test.
Yes. And plus, the thing with that is there are kids or people who can learn stuff and know stuff, but are terrible test takers because of anxiety or just other things. And so it doesn't give a good representation of the way things really are.
I hide the remote from the kids, then I can't find it when they're allowed to.
Yep.
Your children are blessed to have loving parents who actually care. So many stories are more about parents who neglect their children.
Yeah. It happens a lot, but
it's a great real opportunity there. Gary would have videoed the tail.
We were trying to get home.
Yeah. We were trying to beat some storms.
Because I would have been okay with turning around and just being like, is this really what I saw? But
crack me up. Nowadays, you never know. That's the truth.
But let's see. Okay, enough on that soapbox.
Yeah.
So stuff coming up. We've got a phone call the other day from the extension agent, and the show pigs should be here on Monday.
Monday, yeah.
And so we thought there'd be a little bit more notice than that, but he was just waiting on the supplier they get them from to call, and evidently they called and said they'll be there Monday.
Yeah.
So he was confirming that because Abby was getting one because she caught the one in the pig scramble, and Izzy wanted to show one, so he wanted to make sure that we still wanted the second pig for Izzy before he put in the final order. And then he's working out. We're like, part of next week we're tied up, and so when he said Monday, we were like, if it's Monday, it'd be a lot better for us. Tuesday we could still do it, and after that we'll just have to figure out what will work. But
yeah.
So we have to get a pen built for them.
Yeah.
Probably just gonna be something makeshift for now that'll keep them in, and then we'll figure out where exactly we're gonna put them permanently later. Because, like I said, we knew it was coming up, but we thought we'd have a little bit.
We don't really have a great idea on size or age either. But we know they're weaned piglets, but he did not have an age on them, so
they could be just weaned, or they could have been weaned weeks ago. But
that's one reason that we're just kind of going to do something, somewhat temporary at first until we kind of have a better idea also on size and such, and even breed, because
it was some cross,
but he wasn't 100% on that either, because apparently he had to make a lot of phone calls and visits and things like that to be able to procure all these animals. So,
but they're show pigs, whatever that means.
Yep.
I tried to get Izzy just to show one of Betty's out here, but she wanted a show pig just like Abby, because these are not show pigs. But we don't know anything about showing pigs, so we're gonna learn. But
we have some good 4-H friends that have already offered to help with that, because I was like, I took chickens to the fair when I was a kid, but
I showed cows.
You don't really have to do a lot with chickens, and pigs are different than cows too. So they're more similar to cows though than they are to.
But it's funny because our kids are going to be in 4-H with kids that are the kids of people I was in 4-H with. So
Yeah,
it's just
it's funny
but
how that
they did pigs
works.
and stuff, and I never did. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll have to learn that. But like I said, since we don't really know how big they are or anything like that, we're just going to fix something up for the temporary, at least get us through Kimberly's surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we'll figure out what we're really going to do. But
Mm-hmm.
we'll just get them there, get them some shelter, and make sure we have a place
Mm-hmm.
we can feed them until we figure things out.
Yeah.
But once we get them, we'll know. I mean, they could be a little bitty or they might be
Big.
50, 60 pounds. I don't
Yeah.
have any idea. So we'll just play it by ear and see how that goes, and then
Mm-hmm.
get all that settled.
Yep. And then surgery's in less than 2 weeks. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yes.
Yesterday I'm like, surgery's 2 weeks. That's just it's wild because it just seems like it should be a lot further off than it is. I feel like I've not gotten near as much done as what I wanted to get done. So, but it'll be fine. And the girls are really excited to help with chores while I'm down and out too. So, of course, he'll be taking care of stuff, but
Yeah.
they are really excited to get to help.
Well, Brandon, you may have to come give us a crash course in showing pigs. Because
Yep.
like I said, cows is the only thing I did. Didn't have show chickens growing up. So
Mm-hmm.
which chickens, I mean, you just put them in a cage.
Yeah.
And they judge them.
They
So
judge them, yeah.
pigs, you actually have to walk around and do stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
and I, like I said, I never did sheep or goats either. So
Can't wait for the videos of the show pigs.
Yep.
There
Like
will be videos.
yes, like I said, hopefully we'll have time whenever we get them. But
Mhm.
like I said, he didn't know a time or anything yet, so it's
Yeah.
just gonna be a matter of
Mm-hmm.
waiting on that phone call. And we both have to work Monday.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we both work Monday. I may be working more Monday too. I don't know yet.
Oh wait, yeah. I keep getting my weeks. I've lost a week.
Yeah, he
somewhere.
keeps thinking that surgery's this next week. Weren't you?
No.
Okay, well you were last week. You were thinking it was only 2 weeks till.
Yes, but it's the dates that.
Okay, they keep getting off.
Yes.
I show my pigs off all the time. They're in a plate. Everyone says yummy, yummy. Thank you. Appreciate that. How have I been feeling lately? So.
The weather seems to really affect it, and with all the
It's-
rain and
yeah.
stuff coming in, she's had some rough days.
Yeah. Just push through because don't want to. What did I miss?
He said he used to show pigs.
Oh.
He said she dumped him as soon.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay. Sorry, I just read that whenever you.
Yeah, no, I mean, making it okay, but really hoping for resolution of a lot of symptoms whenever all this is said and done after fully recovered. It'd be nice not to have headaches and migraines and stuff all the time. Get me dizzy.
I know, I was trying to find something, but
Okay.
I don't see it. Okay, so he was just kidding.
Those kids on TikTok, the show pigs, tickle me. They have such stern look on their faces staring at the judges. Watching the kids show the ones at our fair, they were like that too. I think they were all just bundle of nerves, really.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon said, for real, I went all the way to state with my hog.
Well, I believe you really showed
Yeah.
me. I just knew the other one was
Yeah.
funny. But yeah, so like I said, we may take some pointers because
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
She made him put just kidding.
Which I did watch because Abby had caught the pig and then I had to go work the state fair. And so I did watch a little bit of the pig showing there, but I wasn't watching that much. So
I think I videoed some of it too.
yeah.
So that we could replay it and search or refine. I've already prayed about it, thanking the Lord now for the results. Thank you, Dean.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. All of y'all. To tell Zoe what Brandon said. Thank you. Hopefully he didn't wake her up. Thank you so much. No, she's still up listening. We had a late ballpark night, so just settling in. Had them even as a child. I didn't know how you feel, Kimberly. Yeah.
Kimber. I remember y'all taking pig stat. Like I said, the time I went, it was with cows. Whenever I went with y'all down there, but I don't remember much about the pigs from that long ago. Like I said, if I hadn't actually shown cows, I probably wouldn't remember that as much either. But I know that there's plenty of people around here. We just got to get somebody for some pointers because, like I said, I don't have a clue about it.
Yeah.
And I had to work whenever the county fair was this last time, so I didn't get to see that. But Kimberly said it, because that's what I told her. I was like, go sit in through all these shows so you can see how it's done and kind of figure out what you think the girls will be able to do, will want to do, and stuff like that. So she took them up there and did that. But
and they were like, oh, goats and sheep and stuff like that. And then Abby catches a pig. So yeah. we at least knew they didn't want to show a cow whenever they saw one nearly kick somebody in the head.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, Izzy might be able to lead a cow around, but if the cow got spooked, Abby'd get spooked too, and we'd have a big runaway.
Mm-hmm. It's easier to win a pig show. All you have to do is Google it to see what to do.
Yeah.
I used to get migraines. Chiropractor fixed me. Mom were from vertebrae that were out of whack.
Yeah, Kimberly's brain's falling out of her head.
No, not exactly. It's Chiari malformation. Just the back part of my cerebellum
is falling out of your head.
Not actually falling out of my head per se, but
seeping.
It sits lower than it should, or the tonsils of it do. So they're pressing where they shouldn't, kind of out the bottom part of the skull. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like I said.
Yeah, Presley did do well.
Yeah, like I said, I know we got lots of resources for information.
Wonderful.
Oscar Mayer.
That's fantastic.
How fitting.
As good as the girls are with animals, they'll ace show pigs. I'm hoping so.
Nothing I said was not true.
I mean, in a very...
I just simplified it.
Oversimplified, maybe, but yeah. Yeah, it's... I mean... Mom used to get migraines where she had to get shots every day. I used to get them. Luckily, ibuprofen worked for me. Goodness.
It's rough.
I have to do a monthly migraine injection.
Yes.
But for the last 5 or 6 months, it hasn't been helping that much. So it does help some because I can tell, but
but I'm hoping that they can fix her pain so that it fixes my pain in my side. No, we're hoping that it fixes. She's had a lot of problems for a lot of years.
And he is very, very good about, helping take care of stuff and doing extra whenever I can't. Thanks, Dean. Men's words versus women. Yes, Tammy. Exactly. Can they still do 4-H being homeschooled? I'm not sure if you mentioned it or not, but I'd love to have her son in 4-H.
Yes, absolutely.
There's
there's one group that's
just mainly for the school. I mean, I think other people could be in it if they wanted to, but
yeah, I think so.
But there's a couple others around that are just
because there's one that's like a school 4-H group. Then there's one that most of them, if not all of them, are homeschooled in it, and then there's some others that are like just like geographic regions, kind of, and just kind of a combination of different ones. So
yeah, if your brain's falling out of your head, just stay on your head all the time.
Yeah.
Can't be funny like us, Eddies.
I can try though. I can try.
Everybody's thinking you're hilarious. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
It's not a major problem. Kimberly's just so smart. Neil, that's fantastic. I love that. So smart.
I was just happy they found it in the MRI. There. I got that one out.
Yeah, he got that one out. Just kidding. We'll let you take it. It's funny.
Yeah, open to all.
Whitney. Yeah, I really appreciate that because that made me feel a lot better about showing these animals.
Yeah, the 5 through 19, the age, that's one reason we held off on 4-H as long as we did, because we knew if Abby was in it, Izzy would want to be in it too. So we just waited till she was old enough to and just let them both go in at the same time.
Yep. Is the girls' duck part of 4-H? No, that's just when we hatched. Abby will still go.
Somebody's up.
I heard a kid. Hang on.
Yeah. No, we'd gotten some eggs from Cassie that were runner ducks, and so we incubated those, hatched out, and these are eggs from some that we got from her that we just hatched out. And since the first one was the first one to hatch out by itself, it didn't have any little duck friends to run around, so Abby was its friend, and so that's why Toby is now her pet and still comes running to her even outside. So
yeah, it's cute.
age 5 is when they can start.
I'm being careful with ibuprofen. Yeah.
Oh, good night, Tammy. Thanks for hopping on.
Yep.
Okay. What now? Oh, the ibuprofen.
Yeah, I've heard that about ibuprofen. Yep. Never thought I'd ever have a problem with it. Take Tylenol or the equivalent now.
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, that's the thing, is she's trying to get us to take him with us when we go out of town, let him stay in the hotel room. And I'm just like, no. Which, when he was first by himself, he did stay in a box in the house for a while, and she'd get him out, and he'd run around on the hard floors with her. And
the only time he was in the box was when she was not here, or if she was doing school. And missed him. Yes. Yeah. My checks at the end of the month. If I still have blanks, there's money in my account. Yes, just can't participate in events until age 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the thing. That's one reason that we just held off.
Izzy's not one of those that will just stand on the sideline. She wants to be in the middle and doing stuff.
Especially has to do with animals or crafts.
Oh, yeah. She's... What did they say that
I can't
remember what they said their pigs were going to be named. Because they had names for boys and girls, but for the life of me, can't remember that. And they'll probably change it by Monday.
Because that's what he told me is like, wait until you actually get and see. Because sometimes you have to see their personality and then a name, see if the name actually fits. So we're gonna wait and see how that goes. And then
your mom texted me. Lulu. That's right. I remember. I don't remember which kid had that name though.
Yeah, but we'll let them decide after they actually get them because we don't even know if they're males, females, or what. Yeah. So
they're just excited about
it. They'll have plenty of time to figure it out, though.
They weren't. Abby wasn't so excited about it first, because I guess she was a little scared of Betty and Hulk, and then now that she's in there, that was Abby. Now that she's been in there, loving all over Hulk, and now that she's tamed all of the babies, she tamed all those first round of babies down. She's like, oh yeah, I can do this.
Because that was part of it. Is that I think in her head initially she thought that it was going to be big when she got it, because she's like, what if it's not nice? And we're like, you'll make it nice. And so that's when she started messing with these and got out in the pen with them, started feeding them and everything. And then they're good, which now, like I said, well, Hulk we actually got from Whitney's mom.
Yeah.
That's on here. And so he is actually, I mean, he's super friendly. Still tell the girls to be careful around him because he could hurt them without actually meaning to. But the one day, whenever they were out playing in the dirt while I was working on the pond, he just went right over where they were and just laid right in the in the dirt right beside them while they were playing. His ears. They were making mud pies around him and on him and everything else, and he was just having a good old time. But he's super gentle. Yeah. And then, like I said, all the little pigs, once they got weaned, she started going down there and would get in the pen with them and feed them and have them start eating out of her hands. She's got all them where they're super friendly too.
Well, she was like, well, if I'm going to raise a pig, I need to learn how to make them friendly. So she did. And I've been really impressed.
Yeah.
And she's already trying to start with the babies.
Yeah, we just won't let her go.
No, she just can't go in the pen by herself.
Because Betty's never done anything, but sometimes she'll grunt around and stuff. But and we just don't want something to happen. And so unless we're right there, she just can't get in the pen with them.
Yeah. Dean said dress up like Green Acres. Love the critters.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we love all of them.
Absolutely. And then let's see. Yes, we're going to be going to the auction, and my plan is to not take a trailer. I don't know if I'll actually make it away without one, but
depends on how many more pictures they post of stuff before then.
Yes, but I'm trying to get out of here without a trailer. That way, I'll put a little cage in the back. That way, if there's something small, but I won't bring home anything big. But
unless you want to probably go back and get it.
Correct.
Or else have to borrow a trailer.
Yes. We'll just send it to Brandon's house. We'll get it later. Let's see.
So he keeps looking at pictures.
Kimberly too.
Those mini donkeys are so cute.
We've got enough mini donkeys.
I know,
but unless you're going to take some.
Nope.
To exchange. Hey, no. Remember, y'all are buying the camel, and I'm going to keep it here.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah, that's what I forgot we talked about, but they said they'd buy it, and I said, we'll just keep it here. Until she found out how much it was.
Yeah. Tickle me to see the girl sitting in the pig feeders just talking away to him. Yeah, that's her favorite spot to sit and, pet them and play with them.
She found a mini zebu. I saw some once, but they end up getting horns. Or there might be some polled ones, but all the ones I've seen have had horns. And so it scares me having horns with the girls. It's the only reason, like Highlands. Like Izzy loves Highlands, but I'm just with the horns, I'm afraid one of them will get hurt because they even like not mean to, if they just swing their head around for flies or something, I mean, they could hurt somebody. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You bring a breeding pair of mini donkeys up to me, I'll take them.
Yeah. It's a long drive to Alaska.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
You absolutely can. Until hours start being productive, which some of them never will be.
Only one.
Yeah, but I'm like short stack, no. But then you've got Precious and Comet.
Mhm.
Don't really need both.
No, but they're so sweet.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
But Precious is a little bit older too, so Comet's still really young.
He is, but I'm afraid Precious is going to have all the babies.
Yeah, it's very possible.
He's very active for his age.
Yeah. He's the sweetest little donkey, though.
Yeah, well, that's the one.
Comet is too, though, honestly.
One day, I look out there and Abby just got a lead rope around his neck and is riding him.
Mm-hmm.
Just out in the middle of the pasture. I'm just like, you didn't even know he's broke to ride, but he just sweet as could be. He just jumped up and he just walks around with her riding on him. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, so no, they're all good. Like I said, I just like the atmosphere of the auctions.
Mm-hmm.
It's just interesting. I'm ready to see how this one is.
Yep.
But it's 10:47.
Oh yeah, and I gotta work tomorrow.
I do not.
I need to be there by 8. So.
But well, we got to go buy all that stuff tomorrow too. The fencing materials. She wanted to get a haircut before surgery
because I probably won't feel like it for a few months afterwards, I would assume.
Yeah, I told her we could just shave her head, and then she wouldn't have to worry about it. But she didn't like that idea either.
Yeah, no. Work too hard for this long hair. Tina said, "Kevin, it's donkey math."
Yeah, chicken math and emu math is bad enough. We don't need donkey math too. Huh.
Oh, got hit by race.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm. They need friends. You need enough to make a herd, and whatever animals you get.
Correct, but for somehow we always end up with too many males. Which part of it's not our fault because short stack was misrepresented, and so then Izzy just fell in love with Precious.
Yeah.
So then, whenever we found out that short stack could not breed anything, then we had to find another. Because, like I said, Precious, we wasn't sure that he was going to be. He's a little silly. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. He's just a little off. I don't really know what it is, but nice as can be, gentle, but he's just, I don't know. He's kind of like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. He just kind of doesn't really get excited about anything and just kind of goes on about it. And so I just really wasn't sure that he was going to be a breeder. And so that's the reason we got Comet.
Yeah.
But
I think Comet was actually on the young side. But they didn't really have an age on him either.
Correct.
So. And
then like his Coggins paperwork was all screwed up. It was
it was a mess.
It was a mess, a big mess. But then we have Spice and Daisy are the only 2 females.
Yeah.
Donkeys. And so we've got 3 males, 1 which doesn't work, to 2 females. So like I said, our numbers are skewed and I just don't want to keep buying.
If we buy any more, we can buy just females. It's okay.
But I want
I know.
To get a baby that these are actually going to produce before we keep spending.
Well, fingers crossed that
money.
Maybe that's happening.
We'll see. I don't know. We probably ought to take Daisy.
We need to take Daisy and get her checked.
Because she's huge, but she's always been.
She's bigger than she's ever been. So
yeah, but
I'm hoping.
I don't know. We'll see.
Because she's a sweetheart too.
Yes, noisy's all get out.
She's just talking. Correct.
I told her she could have wigs.
Yeah.
But then instead of taking time to fix her hair, she could just slap one on and go.
Yeah, no. So he says she's doing alpaca math.
Yeah. You're going to need to bring a trailer.
She said Colton's in better. He'd agree with you.
Yeah.
Yep, she is.
But yeah, I think we're fixing to call it quits. We
Yeah.
appreciate everybody being on, and next week we're just going to play it by ear.
Yeah.
Figure out what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because we got a lot to get done the next couple of days, and then we'll be at the auction and then Kimberly's surgery, and so we're going to try to keep on schedule for the most part, but we may have to vary a little bit. But like I said, we're glad y'all all stopped by, and we hope y'all have a good evening, a good rest of the week, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.